Hi everybody. I want to respond to the recent question that was raised about psychoactive drugs. I come to this question from three different angles, and my first perspective is personal experience. Now, I've used psychoactive drugs on just a few occasions. The first time I experimented with salvia, I did it, I think it was just the one time I did that, and my experience was not really pleasurable. I don't smoke, so I had to take it in an alcohol tincture, and it burnt the mouth and very unpleasant taste. However, the experience was peculiar, and in a nutshell, I believed myself to be part of the plant world. It just felt like I was like this tree man. It was really quite peculiar. So I can't really express my feelings too deeply on that because it was a very brief experience and not repeated. I took magic mushrooms, on a few occasions. I don't know, probably about 2 or 3 occasions, that's all. And I had quite a lot of fun. It was quite a pleasurable experience. One time I was in Amsterdam and went to the Van Gogh Museum after taking a big old portion of magic mushrooms, and that was really nice experience. And I took them a couple of times at home, and one time at home, one of the arrows that I carry in my quiver is I'm an artist, and I took some mushrooms and began a big abstract canvas, completed it very quickly, and it remains one of my favourite pieces of art, and I get a lot of feedback from people saying, making comments about it, but I never share with them my state of mind when I created it. So that's my personal experience. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is concerns. With psychoactive drugs, I believe in their pure organic state, they are worthy of experimentation, worthy of further investigation. What concerns me is when they are produced chemically, and I don't think that that's supposed to happen. Therefore, I don't believe the reaction that the body has with a chemically produced psychoactive drug is not beneficial to the physical, and it's not beneficial to the psyche. But I do believe that an organic version of a psychoactive drug is definitely worth investigating, let's say, for spiritual reasons. I am concerned when I talk about the chemical aspect of production. I'm then concerned, and I suppose I then put on my dad hat, and I am concerned about young people and the path that they take in experimenting with drugs. And I believe that with chemically produced psychoactive drugs, what I understand about it is not something a young person can deal with, because it may open doors that sets free things that they can't actually deal with. And somebody that I care for very, very deeply, somebody I love very much in my life, had an experience with drugs for a couple of years, and I would have to say that I'm grateful that that person came out the other end intact, because their experience of drugs, although when it's reflected upon by that person now, they say that it was, it wasn't a bad time. It was an okay time. However, the chemically produced drugs that this person took, the effect that it had on that person and how they then interacted with the rest of the world wasn't that great. And I go back to the fact that I don't believe that the chemically produced drugs have a good effect on our physical and on our psyche. So there's a question mark there. You know, if you are going to experiment with psychoactive drugs, it needs to be in an organic form and to be avoided in the chemical production. Now, my third angle of looking at this is, should we take any drugs at all? When I spoke to somebody who was taking drugs a couple of years ago, and I just kept saying to this person, the real high is life itself. And I know that may sound a bit square, but in my experience now, I find in my life that I seek no other stimulus except my experience of life. But then again, I'm 53 in a couple of days' time, and it took me a long time to get to the place where I could actually say that. But is our experience supposed to be without the aid of drugs? I know that the organic these psychoactive organic drugs are here on this planet. So are they there for us to use them? Are they there for us to experience? I don't know. But my question is, are we supposed to experience more than this three-dimensional world whilst we're here? Or is our life experience all about responding to and working within, the parameters of this three-dimensional world? In my experience of psychoactive drugs, I experienced something other than my normal waking life. And although it was an interesting experience, I don't think I'd want to do it on a regular basis, if ever again in my life. Therefore, it does, raise the question for me: are we supposed to, or do we come here with the parameters of this three-dimensional life to experience this without the aid of drugs? I suppose what I'm getting at is, if we take drugs, is it cheating? Is it like playing a computer game and getting the cheat so you can get to the end of the game much easier? Or is life all about experiencing the world we live in without these secret keys? Because the secret keys give us access to another world, maybe a world that we will return to, maybe a world that we came from originally. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm more and more leaning towards the idea that we're not supposed to. That we're supposed to play this game of life within the parameters that are set down for us, and not use these aids. I'm not going to put forward a suggestion for another topic. I want everyone else to do it, and then I'll come in at the end. But I want everybody else to put their subjects forward for the next topic for discussion, and I'll come in when everyone else has done it in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to express my feelings about this matter, and I don't know, I may add an additional video. I'll sort of process my own thoughts and see if there's anything else I want to say, but I think that's all I want to say about it. So namaste everybody, and I'll speak to you real soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.